you.
Hey y'all, I'm Miranda Lambert.
All your favorite artists.
Today's Country 105.7.
Today's Country 105.7. Hope you're all doing well out there. It is high noon, and you know what time it is. It's time for The Diner, where we bring interesting people in here and talk about interesting things to keep you entertained as you go out on your expedition to wherever life's taking you, whether that's work or you're out for lunch or whatever you got going on. I hope you're doing all right. And speaking of expedition, I know a lot of you folks have been messaging in excited because you're a fan of my guest at this time, none other than the host of the Discovery Channel program, Expedition Unknown, Mr. Josh Gates. How are you, Josh?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing great, doing great. Hey, I understand you're going on quite the big tour, or you've been on it for a while now, and you're coming to Lake Charles tonight and Baton Rouge tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right. We had a big night in Houston last night, and we're driving over to Lake Charles right now. We're going to be, I'm doing a live show. It's an evening of legends and ghosts and monsters and adventures, so it's a really cool opportunity for folks to come out and have an adventurous evening, and we're going to be at the Rosa Hart Theater tonight at the Lake Charles Event Center. It's going to be a cool evening.
All right, now break it down a little bit. What all are we going to be talking about? If we got a ticket to Lake Charles, which, by the way, folks, get them right now at joshgates.com. They're going fast. If you got a ticket, what can they expect at the big speaking engagement?
Well, if you're a fan of the show Expedition Unknown, it's a really cool way to go behind the scenes and to hear more about our adventures and to learn about, really cool discoveries that are happening around the world. And if you're just finding the show, we're going to be talking about our new season that's coming up and talking about everything from, lost treasures and the Great Pyramid and mysteries that are out there in the world to be solved. So it's a fun evening of adventure.
I know it's an exciting thing you've got going on with the show. I can't imagine ever being bored, but how do you keep it going for these 15 seasons? That you do a lot of traveling, a lot of legwork, a lot of research. That's got to be hard, but really rewarding.
Yeah, I always say it's a be careful what you wish for job, right? I spend a lot of time on airport floors and, in not so great accommodations, but it's such a privilege to be able to travel the world. And I have to say, I think the thing that's made the show go on so long is the stories themselves. Like, these are fascinating stories. Like when we hear about legends of pirate treasure or, vanished airplanes or temples out in the jungle. These are stories that have such a great natural hook, and we all love a mystery. And so I think that's a big part of the show's success is that we really go out there and put boots on the ground and investigate these really compelling stories.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of which, at the events you've been doing, there's been fan meet and greets. Do fans come up and pitch their mysteries or something that's going on in their area? It's like, hey, you ought to come on down. I know this place is haunted. This place has got buried gold.
Totally. Yeah, we're doing a meet and greet. The main show tonight's at 7:30. There's still some tickets left for the meet and greet that's at 4:30. But yeah, people come up all the time and they say, hey, have you ever heard about this? Purportedly haunted place or this legend, and it's amazing. For as long as I've been doing this show, every day I hear about some new legend, some new story I never heard about before, and we jot them all down. You never know. It might be a great episode in the future.
Well, yeah. No, I got a couple for you just right off the bat, so feel free. You don't even need to credit me because I ain't the one that invented all of it. But one, there is these are both over in neighboring Beauregard Parish. One of them is our Gothic Hanging Jail, which is one of the most haunted places in Louisiana by a couple of different metrics that put that out there. And then the second one would be, if you can go down the rabbit hole, Story of a Lost Mine. It's a report put out by one of the local colleges, McNeese. Apparently, somewhere within Beauregard Parish, bordering Texas, there's supposed to be a lost gold mine, and it was actually featured in the book, a book of treasure hunts you can take in America. So that's how I found out about it. But
awesome. Now, if I find this mine, am I required to split half the gold with you at this point, or
maybe not half, but like some sort of residuals, just for
Sure.
my silence,
Fair enough.
All right. Well, folks, if you're just joining us right now, your ears are not deceiving you. It's Josh Gates from Expedition Unknown on the Discovery Channel. He's got an event going on tonight at the Rosa Hart Theater in Lake Charles. You'll want to get your tickets at joshgates.com and hear all about it. What is something you get the most questions about, Josh?
Oh, there's so many things. We've done a series of shows on this treasure puzzle game called The Secret. There was a guy in 1980 who went out and he buried 12 treasure boxes in 12 parks across America. And one of them is purported to be in New Orleans. Only 3 of them have been found, and 9 of them are still out there. And so I get a lot of people coming up to me with their theories as to where these treasure boxes are buried. That's one we get a lot of questions about. And then we get tons of questions about, stories in the news. Like there was a bunch of stuff this summer in the news about the Great Pyramid, people claiming there were columns underneath it and things like that. So folks want to know if any of that stuff's true. And so that's a big part of our show is like looking at these mysteries and separating legend from fact.
Yes, indeed. And you put in so much work to the show, and it shows just the detail. It takes one thing to just have a documentary where you sit around and talk about it, but Expedition Unknown, you're out there, you're sticking your hands in it, you're walking through it, and bringing the history and the mystery to life.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah, we want the show to feel like a real adventure, right? We want our viewers to feel like they're out there with us, that they're a part of the expedition, and that's what the live show is too. Just inviting viewers to come and have an evening of adventure.
All right, and if you can't say anything, it's okay. But what do we got coming up on the horizon in the next season?
Yeah, so we have a new season that starts airing on November 5th, so under 2 weeks from now, and we're going to be looking for a lost Nazi submarine off the coast of Poland. We're going to be doing a show for the 40th anniversary of The Goonies, which was one of my favorite movies growing up, and I didn't know this, but The Goonies, the script for The Goonies was based on a real story of a Spanish galleon that wrecked off the coast of Oregon, and this is a real thing that happened, and it became the inspiration for the movie. So we're going to be going to Oregon to look for the remains of a real Spanish galleon off the Pacific coast. We're going to be looking for a lost steamship in the jungles of Nicaragua and the rivers there, and we're going to be doing a big show in the Great Pyramid.
Folks, if you say you're busy, I want you to go back and listen to that. We'll have it up on our YouTube, but go back and just listen to that segment right there and just see what this man has got coming up for this season, and you'll think your daily routine isn't quite so busy, man. He's jam-packed, but it's so cool, and that sounds like it's going to be one for the books, definitely, because you guys keep getting bigger and bigger every season.
Yeah, I mean, we've had such an amazing run, and there's no shortage of great mysteries out there, though, and so that's a big part of the show is really, going out there, learning about new stories, things that we've never heard of before, and really famous stories that everybody knows.
Yes, indeed. And folks, if you've been listening or you just tuned in, Josh Gates is coming to the Rosa Hart Theater tonight, and then tomorrow night he's headed to Baton Rouge. He was just previously in Houston. He has got a big tour going on. JoshGates.com for all the dates and information. He's got Q&A tickets still available and some event tickets still available for the event tonight at 7. Q&A is at 4:30. You'll want to go to JoshGates.com, and you won't want to miss it, folks, because I tell you, Josh, you got a pretty powerful fan base, because as soon as I mentioned that we were going to have you on the program today, we had a bunch of messages in, a bunch of people super pumped for the show. How passionate is the fan base for Expedition Unknown?
We love our fans on the show. I mean, last night in Houston, we had so many kids show up in their adventure hats and, people wearing their Indiana Jones shirts. Like, people love this stuff, and I would love to be able to take all the credit for the popularity of the show, of course, but I have to say I think so much of it comes down to the fact that we all love a mystery and we love adventure, and so people, whether it's the paranormal shows or the cryptozoological stuff, looking for mysterious creatures out there, or looking for pirate treasure, whatever it is, these are stories that just resonate with people, and so I think they're just fun, and so we have this really passionate fan base who embrace those stories.
So, you mentioned cryptozoological. Now, where do you stand officially on Bigfoot fact or fiction?
Well, I want to believe, right? Like, I love the Yeti. I love the Bigfoot story in the Himalayas. And I mean, I want to believe, but, look, there's a big problem here with Bigfoot, which is like, where are the bones? Where's the DNA? Where's the hair samples? Like, we need more, right? So, never say never. There's a lot of wilderness out there, but I want to see some hard proof.
Yes, indeed. And the reason I bring it up is we recently, a few years ago here in Vernon Parish, I say a few years ago, it's been within the past 5 years, we had like a cryptid Bigfoot convention out at the fairgrounds. And so I know there's a bunch of our listeners out there that went out to that and are super interested in that side of things. So which one of the cryptids that you might have heard about or had an investigation on or not to, which one do you think is like the most interesting? Is it Bigfoot, Yeti for you?
Well, I mean, the Yeti and Bigfoot are so interesting because they're such old stories, and these stories of like upright primate creatures exist all over the world. So that's always fascinating to me because it's not just a Western thing; it's like it's everywhere. There are other stories that are just bizarre. Like, I've always been kind of fascinated by the Mothman story in West Virginia. I don't know what happened in that town, but when you kind of go down the rabbit hole and read about it, it's such a weird set of occurrences that happen there. All these different people having these experiences with this thing. So, I'm always fascinated when it's like a huge group of people experiences something, right? Because you sort of think, well, they saw something, right? And that's the heart of a great mystery. Whenever there's like a lake creature sighted, but there's like 20 people on the shore who saw it, you sort of go, okay, these people saw something. So that's the beginning of a great story.
Yes, indeed. And you can hear more about great stories and everything Josh has to offer at his live show tonight at Lake Charles, joshgates.com. Hit it up for your tickets. Meet and greet starts at 4:30. So if you want to grab those tickets, log on right now and go do it. And the main show starts tonight at 7. He'll be in Baton Rouge this Saturday. Hey, Josh, before we let you go, if somebody was on the fence about coming out to one of these live shows, give me the last minute push for them. Tell them what they're missing out on.
I mean, look, I think everybody needs a little adventure in their life, and so I come on out, have a laugh. The show's, equal parts mysteries and legends, and hopefully you'll learn a thing or two. It's funny, so it's a great opportunity to, have an adventure without going halfway around the world.
All right. Well, you heard it, folks. Go have an adventure with Josh Gates, and be sure to watch Expedition Unknown. It's coming up on a new season coming up here soon. And, Josh, I want to thank you for joining the program today.
Hey, thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
All right. Today's Country 105.7. This is The Diner. We got more music and more fun right around the corner. Keep it locked.